What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zcash today, ZEC USD. It is the 8th day of January, and here we are at about $430 with 6 hours and 50 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Yes, Zcash. What I'm going to tell you first and foremost, and I might be one of the only people saying this today, Zcash is at an amazing opportunity to buy. This is the best time to buy Zcash in the world, you guys. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Such a clear buy signal. What a clear, obvious buy signal it is that the entire core dev team just resigned. Such a clear buy signal. Imagine 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago, whenever this news came out, whenever we actually got the news that came out, if you bought the low, you would have bought at the best time to buy on this whole drop. This is a bullish event, you guys. What's happening here is not what it sounds like. I mean, it is and it isn't. The core dev team just resigned. Okay, it just resigned. They just resigned. So who's stepping in? Who's stepping in? Do you think about this? Think about this. Like, actually think about this, you guys. Do you think that we had institutional on-ramping for months? And probably even before that, right? Probably you hear about it here. That means it was happening months ago, right? Do you think you had institutional on-ramping for months? And now, all of a sudden now, just on a whim, the devs decide they want to step back. Or maybe, think about it, do you think they got bought out? They were allocated their tokens, whatever they were, and the institutions that invested in them, they said, we're going to pump the price up so you can exit at a better price. You can exit with some capital. The people that are stepping in, you think that these institutions put money in this thing, and now the core dev team has just resigned and there's nothing going on. That all this money, billions of dollars, came into Zcash over months. Over months, billions of dollars came into it. And now because the core dev team decides to resign, you think that none of those people with billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, none of those people have people that they might be implementing into this project, right? I think what we're seeing here, it's exactly what we see in the stock world, you guys. This was a result of acquisition. Acquisition. We see it all the time, man. We see dead projects that are just totally dead in the stock world. Dead companies that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they skyrocket in price. And what happens? A larger company bought them out. That's what happens. It looks the exact same. It's literally the exact same. And now, coincidentally, at the top, if this was, like an acquisition, now this is where the original team sells out their shares, right? It's all perfect. There's a new team in charge now. There's a new team in charge. And I don't think that this is a bad thing. Because what we're seeing here again is a rapid sell-off from the news and then a rapid pullback. There's a massive amount of buying pressure. Why would people buy there if the dev team is resigned, if Zcash is going to zero, if there's no plan for it at all? That's not why. There's a ton of money that stepped in to buy because there's something else going on here. Mark my words. I'm going to get off of the whole, look at all the volume that came in, you guys, to the buy side. Like, devs selling. Who the hell's buying then? Because it's not the devs. If they resigned, they stepped away, right? Right? I'm just saying. Oh, man. This is not dead at all. This is a good thing. And mark my words, this is equivalent to what we saw with XRP back in December of 2020. You guys remember what happened in December of 2020 for XRP? XRP, let's actually use it on a daily time frame because it might be more representative here. It reminds me of this, man. XRP went through an absolutely calamitous drop, okay? Absolutely terrible drop. That's because they got sued by the SEC. They got delisted from Coinbase, all these things, and if you bought in the midst of that fear, you killed it. It's the same thing here, right? A little bit less dramatic, but still the same thought. The devs stepped away. There's no more team. Nobody's going to direct it. And I don't think Lark Davis is saying this. I'm just referring to Lark because he's the first person that I saw on X talk about this. I know a lot of people are talking about this, but I'm using him. Shout out to Lark Davis. Not as a point of like me disagreeing with what he's saying. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what his stance is on this at all. I don't know if he's bearish. I just think he's just addressing that, the news that they sold out. Where's the are there any other? Let's see. Here's what actually happened with Zcash. Earlier today, the entire electronic coin company, Zcash's core developer since 2016, team resigned. This includes around 25 people, including ECC CEO Josh Sewart and Chief Scientist Chelsea Comlo. The reason? Governance disputes with Zcash Foundation Bootstrap Board. Maybe there's governance disputes. I mean, if they got bought out, if they let some other people come into the team and they bought, these institutions bought in, maybe they're like, hey, we don't like where you're going with it, we're out now. That might have happened. Or maybe it's like I was saying earlier, maybe there's an acquisition. Maybe it's this exactly. Lark says the reason. I don't know if this is the reason. I don't know for a fact that is the reason. And maybe we'll come to find over the weeks to come that what I was saying in the beginning of this video is not a true assumption at all, and that this is more accurate to the truth. Maybe that's what it is. I think I'm just simplifying it. I'm calling it an acquisition. That's what it is. It's an acquisition from another company. I want to know what the other company is. We'll probably figure that out soon. As a result, the ZEC token fell by 20%, wiped from its market cap. Do you think this marks the end of the privacy narrative? Absolutely not. Zcash isn't even the poster child of the privacy narrative. The poster child is Monero. Again, and this honestly backs up the theory that I've had for so long with Zcash, is that everybody was saying the reason it was pumping is because of the privacy narrative. And I called BS on that from the start, because if the privacy narrative is what was drawing people in, Monero would be pumping. Monero is the best privacy coin out there. If not Zano, but Monero and Zano, neither of them were pumping. No other privacy coins are pumping, just Zcash and Dash. What's going on? Probably acquisition. That makes more sense. It's not because the privacy narrative is strong. If that was the case, all the privacy coins would pump, and that didn't happen. It was just Zcash, and that's probably because of an acquisition. That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense to me. But maybe it is this. Maybe there was a dispute. Maybe they partnered. Maybe they partnered. They thought that they would carry on together, and now the team, the ECC's team, they just didn't like where it was going, so they stepped out. I don't know. I don't know. Like in Hollywood, whenever you bring a story to the producers and they love it, and you've got your season 1 and you're loving it, you're all rocking and rolling together, and then season 2 comes out and your producers are like, hey, we want to give our input, and they take the story and they totally mess it up, like they did with The Witcher, right? That wasn't Hollywood though, that was Netflix. The original team, Henry Cavill, steps away, and then the new team, Liam Hemsworth comes in. Might not be as beautiful, but still it works. Still we're going to get a show. Still we're going to build. We're going to keep going. We're going to produce episodes. I'm going to end the analogy. Looking at Zcash here, we haven't even done TA. Damn it, I'm just talking so much. It looks like we found a low. I'm confident as hell that we found a low. If this isn't the low, that's fine. We can go lower, but isn't it funny how we just went right down to the golden ratio? It's like we went right down to the golden ratio and we had immense support down there. It's like an intense amount of volume came in to buy. I call BS. I don't think we're going lower, guys. I don't think we're going lower at all. RSI looks bullish. Stochastics look bearish. MACD, it's bullish at the moment, but you could come back down. Wouldn't be surprised if we didn't just move up like this, right? I'm not calling for that. I wouldn't be surprised if we consolidated a little bit. Maybe let this stochastics come a little bit closer to the oversold zone. You have bounced right at this area actually a couple of times though, so that is possible. You've literally bounced like right here before, right there before, a little bit above it right there. So it is possible, but typically I'd like to see the oversold zone, or yeah, the stochastics get to the oversold zone before we move up. Typically, that's how I'd like to see it. It doesn't have to be just because I'd like to see it that way. That might give the stochastics, or sorry, the oscillators here time to come back to the zero and bounce there. The RSI time to go to the oversold zone and bounce there, which last time we did that was actually pretty productive as well. So I'm assuming that we do continue to build from here. I'm assuming, and I'm saying it outright, I think that this is the low. For a long time, I have assumed that we'd go lower. We assumed that we move up here. We got bullish on Zcash like back here, and we assumed that we move up here, maybe even a little bit higher than this. And I said that it depends on what we do afterwards that will make me relinquish my bearishness, because from here I was still assuming that we'd go lower. This is it, man. This is it. Acquisition on an institutional grade, that's what I'm theorizing is happening here. That, to me, is exactly what we needed, and this will likely push higher. So mark my words, Zcash from here in February probably moves up to about $950 to $1,300. I wouldn't be surprised, if not higher. If not higher. And if it's not in February, then maybe March. Because again, you are sitting on top of a massive rally. maybe you have to consolidate for a little bit longer, right? You've been consolidating now since November, December, January, it's been 2 months. That's a good enough amount of time. 3 months doesn't hurt. 5 months doesn't hurt. But when you do move up, and you will move up, I don't think that you'll break out to the downside. I don't think you go below this low. It's a total shift in my perspective. On a very interesting day to shift that perspective too. We should see 1,000. We should see 1,300. And we should progress even through that. $2,300, $3,000, $5,000, all that stuff. I believe Zcash will see $5,000 by the end of this year. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.